Primetime has breaking news in the Zara Baker case. Zara's stepmom, Elisa Baker, you see her there, wants out of jail tonight. According to court documents, she says she deserves another shot at freedom because she's been helping police find Zara Baker's dismembered body parts. Baker's attorney has filed a motion to have his client's bond reduced. She is in jail accused of writing that bogus ransom note in the little girl's disappearance. But according to that bond reduction request, she knew Zara was dead and knew all of the locations where pieces of the 10-year-old's body were dumped. Now, Elisa Baker's attorney argues that her bond should be lowered because her cooperation led police to so much evidence in this case. The DA should review the request tomorrow, the same day Zara would have turned 11 years old. Primetime starts right now.
This WBTV high-definition program is sponsored by Time Warner Cable. WBTV News Primetime starts right now. Let's get ready to rumble!
Perdue versus McCrory, round 2. The fight for the title of North Carolina governor won't come to a head until 2012, but already it looks like the card is set. A rematch seems inevitable. Good evening. It's nice to have you here. I'm Maureen O'Boyle. We know Governor Beverly Perdue wants to keep her office. Her plan to seek re-election leaked to the media last week. A campaign insider confirms it. And within a matter of days, Perdue is here in Charlotte, in town today for a big jobs announcement, but in town tonight for a swanky campaign fundraiser. But if she wants to keep her job, she has some work to do. The latest poll from Civitas Institute shows nearly 50% of voters disapprove of her job performance so far. And a lot of Republicans think the candidate who can knock her off is none other than Charlotte's former mayor and former gubernatorial candidate, Pat McCrory. Primetime's Jeff Atkinson is joining me now, and Jeff, Perdue is practically raising money in McCrory's backyard.
And he told us he finds it ironic, Maureen. Tonight's big to-do is less than 2 miles from his home in Myers Park. But he's not faulting her, says it makes sense politically to come to Charlotte, but it raises the stakes for McCrory to begin raising his own money if he's going to run, which may make this the most expensive gubernatorial race in North Carolina history. It's our cover story tonight.
In the last 2 years as governor, she's been to the state's largest city more than 30 times, more than her predecessor Mike Easley had been in 8 years in office. About a third of Perdue's visits for some kind of economic development announcement, which today's was at the Charlotte Chamber.
To be in Charlotte.
But there haven't been a lot of great days for Bev Perdue, not all of it her fault. On her watch, the state's faced the worst budget crisis since the Depression, forced her to cut spending and raise taxes. There have been problems at the SBI, the Highway Patrol, mental health, and the Revenue Department. And her campaign finances are being investigated by federal and state authorities. And just 2 weeks ago, in a Republican tidal wave, Perdue's party lost control of both houses of the General Assembly. With approval ratings in the low 30s, there was open speculation around the Dome whether she would run again. This invitation blows that out of the water. Titled Governor Perdue 2012. Some of Charlotte's best-known Democrats raising money, $4,000 or $1,000 a pop for the Bev Perdue Committee. Although she's not saying anything official.
Are you running for re-election, Governor?
Tonight's event is an indication.
When pressed to explain what she meant,
I'm not talking about running for anything. I'm talking about growing jobs at a wonderful company.
Good to see you. No problem. Pat McCrory, who's largely stayed out of the public glare since losing to Perdue 2 years ago, is also being coy about running, although he talks like a candidate. Listen to the veiled jab at Perdue.
It's too early to start political campaigns and fundraising when there are so many serious problems in our state and in our community right now.
His wife's car still has the bumper sticker, and he campaigned to get Republicans elected to the General Assembly and make speeches all over the state. McCrory says he'll make a decision by next summer, although if Perdue keeps chasing the money, insiders say he may have no choice but to get in sooner.
Right here in Charlotte, right near my house.
Seriously,
nothing is sacred anymore, is it?
One former Democratic strategist told us today if Perdue doesn't get her approval numbers up by next summer, she could be facing an opponent in the Democratic primary. Others don't write her off that easily. If the economy turns around, she could be in the driver's seat.
But neither one has officially said they're running.
They have not, but neither are they saying no either,
Right.
Maureen. McCrory got into the race, you'll recall, last time, less than 10 months before the election. He won't have that luxury if he's going to this time.
All right, Jeff, and as we said, Bev Perdue was here today for that major jobs announcement. SPX Corporation will build its new global headquarters in Charlotte. We're talking about dozens of high-paying jobs. Here's WBTV's Melissa Hankins.
It's been a busy day for Governor Bev Perdue in Charlotte. This morning, she called a press conference here to announce the expansion of a Fortune 500 company in Ballantyne, reminding us that she likes to be called the jobs governor. Perdue looked pleased at the podium as she told us about the addition of 180 new positions to the Mecklenburg marketplace, and she was all smiles for this reason. The future jobs at SPX Corporation will pay over $80 grand a year. That's twice the average salary around here. And if all that was promised comes to fruition, it'll bring in more money than many of Perdue's past jobs efforts. Since the economy turned, the governor has aggressively gone after a lot of big companies with even bigger incentive programs, and SPX will receive as much as $12.6 million. But Perdue said it was much sought after by other states, even other countries, and growing a Fortune 500 company here does a lot of good things for our reputation. For Primetime, I'm Melissa Hankins, WBTV, on your side.
It certainly would. South Carolina's governor-elect is putting together a fiscal crisis task force. Nikki Haley is asking a team of experts to come up with ideas to deal with a looming state budget crisis. South Carolina could be as much as $1 billion in the hole. Haley's group includes a former House Budget Committee chairman and the retired head of a state auditing agency. She wants recommendations before she takes office come January. We're starting out of the week. Some of you got spitty rain today. Maybe folks in Salisbury right now getting a shower, or is it still just that light stuff?
Interval wipers, that's about it for now, Maureen. But we're still hanging on. I still think that tomorrow will be the bigger day for the rainfall around here. We'll take you outside first of all and show you exactly what things are looking like at the university area. 60 degrees, our Scott Clark's Toyota City weather net, and there it is, the overcast skies. But so far, it's just been all clouds and really no rainfall. So our live power Doppler radar will show you how things are stacking up. We still have more substantial rain on the other side of the mountains, but eventually we are looking for that to get into the core of the WBTV viewing area. We had one nice patch of rain earlier around the Catawba Valley. That has now dwindled, and it's pretty much around Mooresville, eastbound into the China Grove area near Salisbury. Just very, very light rain, as Maureen pointed out. Now, coming up, though, as said, we still have very good opportunities for more rainfall. We're trying to make up a lot of ground, and it's all part of your First Alert forecast.
Eric, you can see here a tarp covering the flowers and cards placed around the former home of Zara Baker. Tonight, the shrine is covered with those tarps, protecting it from the elements. It was Friday when Hickory police confirmed a human bone found dumped in the brush in Catawba County did belong to Zara. And as I told you at the top of the broadcast, according to court documents, Zara's stepmom, Lisa Baker, led investigators to that bone, and she wants out of jail, wants her bond lowered because she's been cooperating with investigators. The DA could review that request tomorrow. Also tomorrow, a candlelight vigil is scheduled in Zara's honor. WBTV's Tom Rousey is on your side with a look ahead.
Well, I'm being told even if it is raining again like it is tonight, this event will be held tomorrow night here on Union Square in Hickory. Starts at 6 o'clock, and they are expecting some very big crowds. Now, among the folks who will be speaking, the chief of police, also the mayor of Hickory, and also a woman with the Children's Protection Council of Catawba County. We talked to her a little bit earlier, and she told us why they wanted to have this memorial for Zara Baker tomorrow night.
There is a definite sadness with the information that was shared with us through Chief Tom Adkins, but we still really want to recognize the light in Zara's life and what she has brought to us.
Tomorrow would have been Zara Baker's 11th birthday, and they actually planned tomorrow night's vigil before they got the news on Friday that it was confirmed that she had passed away. They said, though, it doesn't really change what they wanted to do. They want to celebrate her life and the impact she had on this community, and she's now having across the state, across the nation, and even across across the world. In Hickory, I'm Tom Rousey, WBTV, on your side.
And again, that vigil for Zara is scheduled for tomorrow. The Children Protection Council of Catawba County says the vigil in Hickory will be held from 6 to 7 at Union Square. We will air the vigil tomorrow night live on our secondary channel. That's 3.2 Time Warner Cable Channel 106. It will also be streaming live there at WBTV.com.